What's going on, guys? It is Goalazio here. Welcome to episode 4, and of course the transfer deadline day special into the Newport County career. Of course, if you haven't caught any of the last 3 episodes, we are entering the championship. We have signed a lot of players. Actually, interesting enough, we've actually made a substantial amount of profit considering we've sold a few players. Of course, the last episode we were trying to sell Charisma, which was one of the biggest things on our books. And he hasn't actually been performing really well. So the main objective this episode now is to figure out where the depth we actually need it and bring in players. Whether they're world-class players, world beaters, or even if they're free agents or a youth scout, that we're going to look into it. Anyway, guys, my name is Goalazio, and say thanks for watching. Make sure you do hit that like button. Of course, if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe, because I got plenty of videos coming your way. And as I mentioned about the scouts, I'm a sucker for a scout this year. Absolute sucker for a scout. We are going to put him in England. We're going to keep them defensive minded, because at the moment, my left wingers, my right wingers, my forwards, my midfielder, all jam-packed with players that we brought in and, of course, youth academy players. And our defence is kind of slacking. It isn't that much depth there. Once we sign in a couple more players, then I might consider sorting out my left-hand side and my right-hand side. But we are, of course, in the transfer window for a couple of players, which, let's be fair, it could help us with our depth on the left and the right-hand side. One of the more notable ones, Kubo, we are potentially looking at. But I got a feeling that price tag could be a little bit above what we want to pay. But we found this really good right back. He's just joined Blackburn Rovers. I was absolutely gutted. He looks like he could be an absolute steal from his preliminary report that we did have on him. And we got a few other players here, a few right backs that we are kind of looking into. But I don't really want to invest too much into a right back, only because of the fact that Matheson is our starting right back, and he's still a slightly lower rated player, and we are waiting for him to develop. So we are looking at this guy. He's a free agent. We bring him in. Rossi down that right hand side. It is dirt cheap, right? He's only around 56, 57 rated, which for championship is on that lower end side, but you know what? It's going to be absolute perfect to just switch the team around and to give Matheson a bit of breathing space. Because unfortunately, Ains, who we had from a free agent, forced a move, and we have at the selling. But we are jumping in negotiations now to bring in a new left midfielder. But it is a rotational midfielder. It isn't going to be a starting 11, because let's be honest, no one is getting in front of Davis at the moment. And this guy is valued around £3.8 million, which is a really good deal considering his rating. Well, I say that, mind, I got a Docu for 2.8, so £1 million less with a 3+ rating. But nevertheless, we still bring him in to add that depth to our side, and I got him on a really good contract with that rotation feature. But right now, we are switching the sides around. We are tidying up the teams a little bit to just figure out how many players we have in each position, who's going to be on the bench. It can be interesting to see. Because the thing is, though, I don't particularly want to change the bench and the sides ever so much. On the screen now, this is our second side, just so you're aware. So we are developing the second side. Kavlichenko still a little shy of our first team football. And of course, highly recommended by you guys not to actually permanent at the starting 11. You want Bennett to actually be in there. At the moment, we have got Davis in the second team squad over Gallagher, and Gallagher's in that first team squad. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now with that particular position, because it's a quite hefty battle position. And what would happen eventually, I personally think, is that Travis is going to slow down. He isn't going to develop as much, but those players will. But we've had an offer for Kavlichenko. Some of you are going to be like, sell him, sell him. But at the end of the day, I don't particularly want to sell him yet. Obviously, we've had him for free, so we are going to be making a substantial amount of money on him. But I'm thinking, you know what? If you accept this offer, Stoke, I will happy enough sell him, and we'll just deal with not having that depth in the side. Maybe I'll sell him in January, because I think the thing is, in January, we need to prepare for next season with a couple of free agents, and we need to take consideration of improving the side for the rest of the year. So maybe selling Kavlichenko is a really good option for us. We'll figure that out. But anyway, the transfer window is shut in, and Stoke City didn't actually get back to us in time, and they did think the offer was a bit absurd after we had a chat with them in our emails. Of course, Costa we've withdrawn from the transfer list, which was one of the biggest things we was going to consider selling. But King did end up selling last episode, which was a big point for us. One of a substantial long-serving goalkeepers now no longer in the side. Still around £2 million to actually spend. That's a good little healthy budget to actually have when it comes to January, signing people on a pre-contract, and also when it comes to January, just signing players, and of course when we're scouting as well. Of course, we are changing the side around a little bit for the future games. Of course, we have a few players out on international duty, but you can see there, that's a very strong side coming into the start of the season. It'll be interesting to see how Cooper does more than anything, because of course we've got him on a free agent list, and it looks like an absolute steal to be 18 years old, 64 rated. Hopefully he'll develop quite loads, and as well as Castina. So our defense, we have 3 brand new defenders this year, so hopefully that'll settle down really well. But let's have a quick look at the top goal scorers in the background. But guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and of course don't forget to hit the like and share button with all your friends. It means a lot. It supports the channel absolutely loads. But anyway guys, my name is Goalazio, thank you very much for watching, and guess what, I'll see you next time. Bye bye guys.